Now, the launch of a competition, the first in our World Challenge programs. This is the series that showcases the tiny business genius ideas that make a massive impact. We look at how they benefit their overall communities, we show films, and you, if you choose, can vote on who should be the winner. We'll hear more about how you do that in a moment. First, let's hear of one scheme in Egypt which harvests farm waste to revive the art of papermaking.
Most of the 15 workers here are deaf and mute women. Yasmina Mohamdan became deaf and mute as a child after contracting meningitis. She's worked for El Nafeza for 5 years. Her younger sister, Amira, started work here a year ago. She's our translator.
She says, I like being independent. I like the fact that I'm not staying at home, but rather working, and that I have an identity and I'm doing something in society.
Now, I'm delighted to say that the host of the World Challenge, Leo Johnson, is here. Leo, welcome. I love what you've done with the place. Now, can you explain what the series is all about, World Challenge?
World Challenge is all about projects which have got a different twist to them, where you've got not just profit as the motive, but people and planet as well. And it's about a visionary coming up with this idea and then putting it into action.
Now, this is not the first series. I've enjoyed some of the others, as have our viewers, but give me an example of something coming up.
What's so great about them is it's viewers who are sending in ideas as well as voting on some. So it's out-of-the-box stuff that comes up. It might be slums in Kibera, where there's women with HIV who are producing the bags from recycled material that then the organic coffee will be sold in. It might be people in Brooklyn doing an urban regeneration project, growing vegetables for local businesses on the tops of tower blocks.
And did I hear about rice husks being used to harvest power?
This is a project in Bihar. Just came back from it 6 weeks ago. So it's the poorest state in India. 75 million people, bigger than England, for example. 75 million people, 70% of them without power. Darkest spot on earth. And this guy, Paddy, has got this vision, which is, well, what have the poor got? They got one thing: agricultural waste, old rice husks. So they gather it up, Husk Power Systems is the company, they gasify it, then from the waste they produce silica, which they sell for $1.50, and then char, which they turn into incense, but above all they produce power at half the price. Every micro power plant produces power for 1,000 people. They've done 80, they've got a vision to do 2,000.
It must be, for you, coming from the developed UK, very moving to see people who are taking nothing and turning it into power when people here leave the lights on.
It's a huge adrenaline shot, because you always have this question in the back of your mind: is this greenwash, or is this stuff going to scale up?
Going to make a difference.
But what you see with some of these people is they've got a vision that they are putting into action. And if they find the right partners, and if the right incumbents who've got the leverage and the markets and the capital and the distribution channels step up to the plate, this stuff can make an impact.
Is it enjoyable, digging around for sustainable projects?
It's brilliant.
Why?
Because you're seeing the good stuff happen. And it gives you hope. There's this quote from Mohammed Yunus that in 10 to 15 years, all business will be social business. That is not going to happen unless partners step up. And if you create the synergy between the small innovators and the big players. But if that synergy does happen, then there will be change across different sectors.
Leo, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Paddy.
And if you're in Cairo, you can start studying the runners and riders of the World Challenge at 10:30 on Saturday morning if you miss the other times around the weekend. To find out more about the World Challenge, how you can vote, log on to theworldchallenge.co.uk.